tmill, come out and play.
Play it loud. We're changing the status quo one voice at a time through music, edutainment, children, and awareness. We're progressing and preserving the culture through real conversations with people who've had real success. Multicultural artists and musicians, models, entrepreneurs, innovators, and activists. This is Paradox East, and you are in tune with tmill. Powered by the MaitlandConservatory.org.
Thank you for listening to In Tune with tmill.
Yes, indeed. In Tune with tmill. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. You will now be encouraged and entertained. Nothing will change until you change something. We are here to change the status quo one more time. 2024 is the year, and it's a pretty important year. 2024 is a lot going on, and we've got to get into it because we've been out of the loop so long. So we need your help on this episode. We're going to be calling on you to help us out in this episode. We're going to be calling for you to call in. We're also going to ask you to text or comment on this show. I've got my brother from another mother, Mr. Marcus Sims, in the building. How's it going, Marcus?
Sir Timothy of the House of Miller, how are you doing, my man?
It's funny you say that because over the Christmas break, I started rewatching Game of Thrones, and I've got a itch to kind of go back and just finish it because I started it. I'm on season 3, so now I just feel like finishing it, man. Like the house of Sir Miller has to finish the Game of Thrones, man.
And you know what, T-Mill, I have a bone to pick with you. For the past several years we've been doing with In Tune with tmill. I got to give a big shout out to you because I was just telling someone this actually. We've been doing this for quite a while, not months, but for years now. And tmill, I'm not saying he was the first person to do a podcast. He may be the first melanated person in the Tennessee Valley that I know who did a podcast. Now, I'm not going to say overall the first person. If he is, hey, he is. But the one thing, tmill, we don't have for this show, and I'm sure JQ and our guests will agree, we don't have a rally cry.
We need a rally cry.
I proposed a rally cry for In Tune with tmill and Paradox East Radio. It's going to go, right. Here it is. Negro, tally ho, Negro, Negro, tally ho, Negro. So that should be our rally cry for In Tune with tmill. Negro, tally ho, Negro. I'm getting t-shirts made, $25.99. Cash at me all you want. Marcus's Bay, we'll get you your t-shirt.
All right, and it comes with a puppy.
Comes with a puppy and a small cup of Rotel dip, vegan style.
Well, we need your help, ladies and gentlemen, because we are talking about municipal elections. We're talking about the city of Huntsville, August 27th. We have Marcus. I don't know if you knew. I just found this out today just by Googling it. I wanted to know. I know we got the big election coming up, presidents and all that good stuff. But I wanted to know, what do we have coming up locally? Because I feel like we're uninformed. And so I did a couple Googles because personally, I don't know about you, but I never know who's running for election until 3 days before the election is supposed to happen. Like I started seeing nothing worse than Chevron, and all that. And I'm just like, who's running? And then you see signs pop up everywhere.
And there's nothing worse, tmill, than being uninformed about something that you should be informed about. And, at the end of the day, though, we try to give you a platform. We encourage, if you can spend an hour or 2, 3 or 4 on TikTok or watching all the Cat Williams videos and Shannon Sharp and the responses and all the disses that are coming out, you can dedicate 10 to 15 minutes to know who is running that affects your area. So then when you have those potholes that are everywhere, or the lights that don't work, or where you need some lights, it's the speed bumps and all that. You need to know who to vote for and who not to vote for. So not only are we going to educate you, but Lord have mercy, educate your own behind. Negro, tally ho,
Tally
Negro.
ho, Negro. So, and not only that, but it's also up to the people that are running, because a lot of these folks, man, I don't know when they start their campaign, but it doesn't run across my radar sometimes until the week of the election. I'm like, when did you start this campaign? You know, so here we are in January. There's an election coming up in August. I have not seen one sign, button, bumper sticker, poster, social media post, anything, watch parties, nothing about who's running for election. Now, that could be for one or two reasons. Maybe because there's nobody running for mayor. Maybe Tommy Battle's just gonna, take over, and I know he's rerunning because he announced that he is running for re-election in 2024. So I know he's running because he let everybody know. I don't know anybody else that's running for election. We got school board district 1 and 5 in Huntsville. So I'm gonna have to do some Googles and find out where is district 5. District 1 right now is Michelle Watkins. So I want to know, is she going to rerun? Because I don't want to see her leave District 1. And if she's leaving District 1, who's going to take her place? Like, I don't want to see that happen. I want to see Michelle stay in District 1. And those that want to see her stay, or who's going to take that place, we need to know. And then you got District 5. So we need to know who's running in District 5. And there's the city council. So is it all the seats on the city council that are up for election, or is it just one? So we got to figure these things out. Marcus, when it comes to
T-Mill,
yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I think I figured out why a lot of the candidates have not said anything yet, T-Mill. And it's because, now think about it. You're thinking from your T-Mill perspective. And, and you have such a universal brain, but you got to remember now, T-Mill, you got to come down to the playing field of the common man. The candidates are still waiting for them tax refund checks so they could afford all them flyers and stickers and billboards.
Hey, man, you know what? When you write Negro, tally ho, Negro.
Right, Negro, tally ho, Negro. I mean, but that's a very good point. It's real interesting because I don't know how it's in other areas. Huntsville is a little different, where we kind of take for granted, unless you're really moving or shaking something. A lot of folks just, I don't know, like what's the average budget for running the campaign for city council or for mayor or for some of the, I would like to know what is the average budget. And then, yeah, you are correct. When does it start?
When does it start? But you know what?
Do you have does a corporation match your dollars or something? But
I think we should start, asking those questions. If we start asking who's running and people start talking online, we might need Cat Williams to come out and just start asking questions about who's running and who's the candidates, because that gets everybody talking. We're asking you guys about what are your thoughts. And if you're watching this on the back end, you can hit us up right here on the comments and ask, drop your questions or your comments about who's running in these elections. So we got mayor that's coming up for city of Huntsville. That's coming up for election. Who's running for mayor for city of Huntsville? We know Tommy Battle is running for re-election. We know that because he said it. And if nobody else is running, cool. We just need to know. City council. Is it all the seats in city council? Who's running for city council? And then Huntsville City Schools Board, District 1 and District 5. So, Marcus, when you think about, let's start with the city council. Let's start with that. When you think about city council, what do you think what is that they do? What do you think their responsibilities are? Or what do you think about who's, when these people are running for city council, what does that mean to you?
You know what, T-Mill? I've learned a lot the past 5, 6, 7 years. City council is pretty huge. When you're talking about, as I mentioned, everything about me needing speed bumps in my neighborhood, or getting lights fixed in my neighborhood, or getting trash pickup in my neighborhood, or my neighbor down the street has 18 broken cars in his yard, and it's causing the property value to go down. All of these are things that city council looks at. Right. I mean, it's, everyone has that one yard where it's like, you got all this garbage out front. So city council actually tackles a lot of things. And there's no way you can say it, honestly, where it's going to be sexy and you can entertain it for anyone 40 and under. We'll just, keeping it real. There's no hip hop city council. There's nothing flashing lights, sparkles, nothing. But it's stuff that affects us. It does affect me when I'm like, man, why is there this huge road and there's no speed bumps or dips or anything? Or why are the lights always out? Or why is the trash always late getting picked up? Or, that type of thing. So city council actually covers a lot of things. If you're having issues with roads in your area, that's city council. If you're having issues with, I guess maybe, noise ordinances, for folks who are having issues with what's going on at mid-city, that's city council issue. That's not, you wouldn't, you could email Ryan Murphy, but you're going to also email your city councilman. So there's so many different things that city council happens to have, and it's not sexy. It's not a sexy position. It's literally, it's not. If you watch their meetings, they look like they're boring as hell. They are. And but at the same time, if you're a taxpayer and you're 35 or 40 and over, you need to familiarize yourself with some stuff.
Yeah, and so let's go through a little bit of city council responsibilities. So a little bit about what the city was. So city council is up for election this year. What does that mean? That means, well, first of all, is your city councilman running for re-election, or is it everyone? We don't know. Excuse me. That's what we're trying to figure out. So city council, they get to introduce new laws for the city. They get to vote on legislation, on whether motions become laws. They get to negotiate the city budget, approve the city budget, monitor the police force, public work departments like your trash, sanitation, utilities, all that good stuff. They review land usage within the city. See all these big old apartments and everything popping up all around. Guess who gets to talk about that and make a lot of those decisions? The city council.
Right.
Deciding on how best to grow and develop city properties. See all these apartments and houses just popping up out of nowhere and everything that's going on. You got a question about it? Guess who you got to talk to? Your city council representative. So you got 5 districts in Huntsville. You got District 1, District 2, District 3, District 4, District 5. You got 5 districts in the city of Huntsville. And who knows who's running, because that's what we're asking. Who's running for city council? And I know somebody I would vote for in a heartbeat. And I'm going to bring on, I don't know if she's ready to come to the stage, but I'm going to bring on JQ, because if JQ was running for any one of these positions, she would definitely have my vote, because I know JQ is going to handle business. JQ stands on business, right? JQ stands
on business like all the Harris kids do. JQ stands on her business. BIDNESSSSS business.
Now, so that's city council. So when we're talking about, again, the city budget, chances are, again, nobody on Facebook can do anything about whatever's happening in your neighborhood. If you have children, what's happening with, your children's school? JQ, welcome to the show. How's it going?
Hey, baby. How y'all doing? It's going super dope. Awesome. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. JQ, we're talking about
Tally ho.
JQ. Oh, I forgot. We got a new rally cry. Marcus Sims, you want to tell JQ our new rally cry and why we need a rally cry?
No, I will not. I will not tell JQ that. She's not going to rain on my rally cry parade. JQ, I did say this. It's a new year. And for this show to inject some B12 to it, we need a rally cry. Now, I'm going to talk to you offline about the rally cry, because I'm going to have about 1,000 T-shirts printed up with a logo. It's going to be officially endorsed by you and tmill, because I've already decided it. But I'm not going to say it right now, because I want you to ponder it.
Oh, he's scared now.
Or you could just listen to the show again later on and find out.
Oh, well, what? You just go ahead and give it to me straight right now. You know how I am. Give it to me straight, and then I'll start thinking about it.
Okay, I want you to start thinking about this, JQ. I want you to
Okay.
think about this because we need to come. You know what? We came 2023, we did a great job. But one of my, and I don't believe in resolutions that much. But one of the things I did tell someone, JQ, was this: I'm going to stay consistent with what I did in 2023. If I didn't screw up in 2023, why change the game plan, right? In
That's
fact,
right.
what
If it
I'm
ain't
going to
broke,
do,
don't fix it.
in fact, you know what I'm going to do, JQ? I'm going to increase the pressure. I felt like so. That's what we're going to do. We're going to increase the pressure with In Tune with tmill, and our rally cry is already getting thousands of hits. It's very simple. Negro, tally ho, Negro.
Whoa, 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 Marcus.
Right, powerful. I know, powerful. Right, right.
Wait. If we make that our rally cry, we are going to have some serious waivers and licensings and some legal situations. You're right. Let's just not say that rally cry anymore on today's show, and we'll talk about it offline.
Well, JQ, I don't know if you know, but we have an election coming up this year. We got, big elections coming up this year. We got, of course, the presidency, but we also have local elections happening. We got the City of Huntsville municipal election for mayor, city council, Huntsville City School Boards, District 1 and 5. Did you know that? Did you know any of these are happening this year?
Wow, I didn't. Wow, that's a lot going on for the school system.
So we already know now. Tommy Battle did say that he is running for re-election, so he let everybody know what his plans are, and that's cool. But if nobody else is running, I guess we need to know that. City school boards, District 1 and 5. I want to see Miss Michelle Watkins back in that school board, District 1. But if she's not going to be there, I need to know who's talking about taking her place. I
Right.
need to know who's going to hold it down because that's my district. You also have District 5. District 5 of the city school board. We need to know who's running for that. And then the city council. I don't know if it's everyone that's running on city council or if they're just, 1, 2 other seats. So we're going to wait for JQ to get back. And we are here on In Tune with tmill. Going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to the Maitland Conservatory, a place where dreams are nurtured, a place where dreams are cultivated, a safe place where
Somebody's killing rappers around the city.
There's a strange insignia, part of some sort of initiation. Odd. Isn't it, Detective?
Who is she anyway?
That's Harley Binns.
She is the #1 queen in the world.
You're the Harley Binns. Cannot believe that you are literally standing here in front of me.
She has such a strong bite. She's got it, you know it, and I want it.
Welcome to that house.
I'm gonna need a little loyalty and commitment from you as well.
Yo, detective, you got angels?
No, I can't say that I do. I look for circumstantial proof in my line of work.
There's nobody in here. We should just go.
Mara?
Girl, I know you've been there.
I know who you are.
See you now.
Don't worry. I'm gonna find her for you. Can't believe I'm doing this. This is crazy.
You know how important these last few days are to me.
Strange days ahead. See you around, Slick.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Leon Jordan here of the Quantaphonics, right out of Huntsville, Alabama. We're changing the location of Chill Fest. Yes, Mid-City, the camp. January 13th, we'll still have the food trucks, the artist market, and the games for the kiddies. We'll have our enormous Chill Fest stage. Performances by yours truly, the Quantaphonics, Trevor Lee, Element 11, Wade Brown, and many others. Tell your friends to tell a friend to tell a friend. Chill Fest is happening for sure. January 13th, Mid-City at the camp.
Hey Maitland family, my name is Kiana Judkins. I'm the marketing director here at the Maitland Conservatory. We are hosting our first event of the year in January 2024 on January 26th at 7 p.m. here in the Maitland Listening Room. Yay! Whether you are a keyboardist, drummer, saxophonist, or a singer, you can come and participate at our Ed Shed event. Those of you who are wondering, and I know you are, refreshments will be available. Although this Ed Shed event is free, you still have to reserve your spot online. For more information, you can visit our website at www.themaitlandconservatory.org/EdShed.
Welcome to the Maitland Conservatory. We are a place where your dreams become your reality. We are a place where your passion intersects with the tools and the technology you need for success. Unlock your creativity with us. This is Maitland. This is your creative future. We dare you to dream, then we dare you to do it.
In tune with T-Mill, we are back. Again, make sure you are following the Maitland Conservatory for all things creative around here in the Rocket City. A lot of great events going on here. We're talking about local elections because I don't know about you guys, but we have local elections coming up, and I want to know who's running. Who's running for mayor? Who's running for city council? Who's running for the city school boards? District 1 and District 5. So you got to make sure that you're staying connected. And so I got JQ and Marcus Sims in the building. You guys can unmute yourselves whenever you like. And we're going to talk to the people about these local elections. If you guys want to get in on this, 256-434-1846 is the number to call. 256-434-1846 is the number to call, or you can comment here. JQ, what are your thoughts again with these? We got Mayor of Huntsville that's coming up, City Council that's coming up, and then school boards District 1 and 5. What are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, thinking about it, I just don't know why we don't already know about it. There's not been enough talk about it. I haven't seen very many campaigns. I mean, considering these are elections that the voters in our community, we have to decide what people we're going to put in place for, the community effort of what we want and what we want to get done. And I haven't heard anything about any kind of campaigns. I haven't seen anybody out here shaking hands, going to events, calling any debates or demonstrate. I mean, none of that stuff is happening. So based on that, I think we should just wipe the slate clean, and all of us should run and, take over the city. I think that's the best way to go. Just start the new slate, because the people obviously who are out there running or maybe supposed to be running, I don't even know who they are.
Ooh, that's a good point. Well, see,
wait a second. Let me say this. Wait a second. T-Mill, I can't use my rally cry, but JQ is endorsing anarchy in the Tennessee Valley. Something's wrong with that.
I'm not endorsing and or arguing. I'm
You
just
are,
stating
and you
facts.
are, and you like Captain Jack Sparrow. You're gonna go downtown in a pirate ship and with a parrot on your shoulder, and you're taking over downtown Huntsville. Maybe that should be it. Our rally cry can be a pirate.
If that's what it takes, if we need to go downtown and take over downtown Huntsville, let's get our rally cry together and rally up some folks and let's go take over, because apparently the people who are in the office or are supposed to be officing or want to take a space up in office, I don't know who they are. I haven't heard any buzz about them. But you know what we don't have a problem hearing about? Things that don't matter. So it's all over the news what doesn't matter. I actually watched some news today. One of the reasons why I don't really watch a lot of news is because, again, if it's something that we should know, it should come up. Google tells us everything else. Google inspires us and influences us by everything else somehow or another. It knows what we're talking about. So apparently we are not talking about the candidates because not even Google is pushing the voting. Not even Google is not automatic where I'm on my phone. No candidates, no commercials, no anything's coming up. What's up?
Wow.
T-Mill, once again, guys, I've done some in-depth research because that's my middle name, Marcus Research Sims.
Okay.
And I'm looking at it right now, and it's the 2024 municipal election calendar. And it says the city of Huntsville will hold its next municipal election on August the 27th of 2024. I know why they're doing that also. Who wants to talk about something almost 8 months away? I get it.
Well, now that's true too.
I mean, and it probably is maybe in a sense early to start putting out them election posters, signs. I think it's early, but it said it says the website. One of the websites it says to go to is alabamavotes.com. So go there, but keep in mind the date they're saying is August the 27th for election for major and city council, also Huntsville City School. So August the 27th is the date, but I still like JQ's remedy that we all dress up as pirates, go down there. T-Mill can be T-Mill.
I didn't say pirates. I didn't say pirates, Marcus.
And make them all walk the plank. In name of in tune of T-Mill, walk the plank, or ye shall get the scurvy.
Well, that's probably right. I think Francis is right. It is a little bit too early for elections. T-Mill, I thought you were saying that we were having elections like in the next couple of months. But that is true. We start talking about candidates right now, baby. Our minds and the way we look at a phone in 2 seconds, we'll forget anyway and won't give a crap. So hold off on reminding me or telling me why I should vote for you.
I'm going to tell you why I think
T-Mill, we don't even have the national championship game yet.
Yeah.
So check this out. If it was too early for door-to-door campaigns, I'll say, maybe too early for door-to-door. Okay, cool. But you got folks out here, and I won't name no names, that they already let everybody know that they running and they coming in 2024, and they ain't up for election until November. And they already telling everybody, they already rallying, hitting the offices. And here's the thing. There's so much going on. And by the time that we do know who's running for election, it's usually too late by that time. So when we do start to see who's running for election, it's usually like a week, 2 weeks, a month. And I'm not saying in different districts. Now, in District 2 or 3, you might have enough time to know who's running. But in a lot of these other districts, you don't know and you don't see who's running for these elections a lot of times, or it just hasn't stuck. You may see it, but again, we hear McDonald's commercials 58 times a day. You probably heard a Temu commercial 160 times today, or you saw it, because it keeps going and going and going and going and going. We need to be tired of it to see who's actually running. So Francis gives some good advice. She says, just call the clerk's office and ask who has declared their candidacy. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what we need. Just a little bit of help to find out what's happening out here in these streets.
Call. But why am I calling if you want to solicit my vote? That's I should not have to
Yeah.
be calling nobody. You know why you see McDonald's all the time? Because McDonald's want me to come spend my money with them. You know why I see
Amen.
all these other advertisements is because they want to be stuck in my brain so that when I think about French fries, they're the first thing that I think about and I go and buy them. So it's
Mixed
up to the
word.
candidate to declare and to get in my brain so that I can be
That's right.
encouraged to vote for them. And if you're not already out there encouraging me, don't expect me to remember you at 6 weeks before or 2 days before the ballot comes out, because I'm probably not going to remember none of y'all. I got to remember to go vote, first of all.
Yeah, got a point. That's what I'm talking about. So,
and you know what, Tia? I personally want to invite all the candidates, all 10,000 that are running within the 256
10,000
to come aboard, their platform, In Tune with T-Mill, and tell us what you're going to do to make a difference in the Tennessee Valley in 2024. So as you're planning and you're talking to your team, you need to book an interview, not now, but right now with In Tune with T-Mill, and tell us what makes your campaign, your vision, your platform different. Because that's what I always tell folks: when you hire someone into any position, what are you bringing in that's different? Not the same thing that happened 5 years ago, 10 years ago. I'm interested to know what all of these candidates are going to do that's different. Or maybe you're going to be honest, JQ. They're going to say, we ain't doing nothing different. We're just going to keep building more.
We're just going to keep doing the same old thing.
We're going to be building more music venues, because that's what everyone wants, more music venues in this city. Lord knows we don't have enough. We need more music venues.
Hey, you know who I know who's going to vote.
Party hard, Negro tally ho.
Whoever builds the next Starbucks is going to get everybody's vote. Whoever's building Starbucks is winning. They're going to get everybody vote. If you want to win, build a Starbucks.
That's just crazy.
Says, absolutely. Francis brought up another good point. Local elections are most important, yet only about 12% vote. So again, it goes back to the thing of, first of all, let's flip it a little bit. Who would vote if, first of all, you just gonna have to vote. I'm gonna say that. Just know when the voting is and just come out and vote. Because if you knew how much it's going to affect you one way or the other, by not voting, you've already voted for it. So let's say that Marcus Sims is running and he says, hey, you know what? I want to raise taxes by 150%. Guess what? Even if you don't like Marcus Sims and you don't vote, you just voted for 150 increase percent in taxes because you didn't vote. So guess what? When that 150% increase pops up on your eggs, you get to thank Marcus Sims for that. And then you hop on Facebook and you start talking about why these taxes so high. You start complaining, and then you run down to city council because you're upset because you can't afford eggs when you could have just voted 3 weeks ago. All right. So again, you got to make sure that one, that you're knowing, you're getting out here to know, and you are voting, but to know that who you're voting for. And I think that it goes on both sides. And again, there's a lot of people that are registered to vote that don't vote. But again, just get out here and Google like you Google everything else.
But you know what, T-Mill? There's also a lot of people who they don't know where to vote. Oh, your voting station got changed. Mine's been changed twice the past few elections. It's been changed. Also, when you go there, make sure you have your proper driver's license, ID, all the stuff that you need. In case you're going to be standing a long line, you may not want to wear those 8-inch JQ endorsed Jimmy Choo pumps or something. You probably need to put on your LA Gear sneakers.
That's what I've been wearing. LA Gear sneakers, baby.
Right, LA
Absolutely.
Gear. We taking it back to the 80s. But baby, make sure that you know where to go, have your ID. Right. I mean, but that's another thing too. You get there and then you get discouraged because you have to wait 5 minutes to vote. I mean, the lines in the Tennessee Valley are never that crazy long anyway. So stop it. Stop it.
I don't know. I don't know. There's some. Well, it depends on where you vote now.
Carry snacks. We just put a backpack with some trail mix and some water, and you'll be okay. But know where to vote. Have your ID with you. Wear something comfortable. Tell your boss not to be a Grinch. Hey, I'm gonna be 20 minutes late. I'm voting. But know all that stuff as well, because that's another excuse I hear too. I didn't know my location got changed, and you're just looking it up the day of the event. That's not cool.
And you can go to, is it ALVotes? I'm going to try to find that site. I think it's ALVotes.gov. There's a site you can go to find out where you're, one, to see if you're registered, two, to see if it's changed. You can find out all that information. I know one thing y'all better do, go ahead and request off of work. That's what I do. I'll call out. August 27th is the day of election. Now, you got a lot of places that will allow you the chance to take off to go and vote. They're pretty cool about it. They're like, all right, I'll see you in 3 hours. Come on back, or whatever the time is. Or if you don't have to be to work until later on that day, you can stop. But I'm telling you now, August 27th is the date for you to go ahead and take off. MadisonCountyVotes.com. MadisonCountyVotes.com. You can go check to see if you're still registered, see if you're still good. I know you registered last year, but check it again, because, you know, some folk be with the okie doke. So see if you're still registered, to see if your voting poll in your place has changed. Mine hasn't changed in over 10 years. We good. I checked it today. It's still good. And it's still the same place. I got the same bat channel, same bat time. I park in the same place every single time I go there. And I don't care if it's early in the morning, in the afternoon. We good. I'm not going to have to wait in line that long. It's all good. And if I do, I got a couple snacks with me. All right, if y'all got some questions, drop them in the chat room. Janae says, I think this election is going to be different. A lot has happened, and the community is already ready to respond. Again, August 27th. Let me put it back up here. We have the August 27th City of Huntsville municipal election for mayor. Who's going to be running for mayor? City council. Who's running for city council? And then the Huntsville City School Boards, District 1 and 5. Now, you know, some say it's a little too early to find out. We're just going to have to wait. But when is that actually going to happen? Because a lot of times what happens is, personally, I don't see them until 2 to 3 weeks before the election, or a month before the election. And I'm like, well, who are you? Why are you running? What are you running for? And then you got to get to know them and try to do your research. Maybe it's 2 months, but now I got to go, okay, well, who is Marcus Sims? I know he's running for this, but what does he stand for? Where is he from? You got to find out. You got to know about these things. So mayor, city council, Huntsville City School Boards, District 1 and 5. And we want to know, what are your thoughts? You can drop them in the chat room. I appreciate you, Francis. I appreciate you, Janae. Also, let's see. City councils are only 1 and 5. Yep. So district lines changed a bit after the census. That's right. So you may want to check that out. JQ. So for your, let's see, what are some of the things that you're looking for? Like when you're going in to vote and you're saying, you know what, I'm voting for this. I'm not talking about the person. I'm talking about the policies you're voting for, the changes that you're voting for, the laws that you're voting for. What are you wanting to see on those decrees and what people are running on? What are you voting for? Not the person, policies. What policies are you voting for?
Well, I need a tax break. I'm tired of my trash man being late, and I want some freedom with my business and what I can do with my property on my business. You know, they run up and down the street and tell me what I can and can't do and things of those nature. So my biggest thing is the taxes, and I need my trash can man to be on time on the same day every single week. Now, I don't have kids. I don't have kids in the school age. My niece and my nephew are in school age. So when it comes down to the school system, what I hear, you know, my sister talking about quite often, or other people quite often, is the transportation for our children and how they're getting to and from school. Buses are getting super thin. Bus drivers are getting super thin. Transportation. And then the qualifications for teachers. That's a big, heavy subject. Now it's like anybody can be a teacher, you know, as long as you. So I'm just trying to understand who's qualified to teach our kids and who isn't. Maybe that's why, you know, there's a disconnect with kids the way they are now.
And JQ, you know, that's a whole, that definitely is a whole nother show, because you go into some other places, you may not even need to have your teacher certification or all that. And maybe just do you have a military background? What type of background do you have? Unfortunately, that's a big thing, but it's also I would definitely say, now that's a whole nother show. You know, the teachers retiring early, some get burned out early. A lot retired, JQ, also during COVID. They want to dip. That, you know, they're stressed out.
How are they being treated? You know,
They don't want to shift to Zoom. I know a lot within our area just left because they didn't want to go to all of a sudden everything's technology. They want yeah, that's a whole nother thing. The teachers and the God bless you all. I always say that. God bless the teachers so much. They all need $1 million contracts. T-Mill, let's work on that. Let's work on that, T-Mill.
Well, God bless the teachers that, also, again, one, that the teachers that are teaching, but a lot of teachers, they had to do other things. Do y'all remember the story about the teacher that stopped teaching and she got fired because they found out she was making like $8,000 a month on OnlyFans?
Wow.
This is a teacher. She was making
$6,000. So what's your point?
I don't want to know your OnlyFans page, Marcus. I'll talk about the teacher. She had an OnlyFans page. She made $8,000 a month. And now she went through all the precautions of basically somebody snitched on her because she went through all the precautions to make sure that she had a hidden IP address. She went through all these steps to make sure that it was going out to other countries, that it wasn't in her radius and whatnot. And again, she was just straight up. She was like, yo, I'm not doing this. I'm not, doing this as a teacher. I'm doing this on the side, with me and my husband. And she made $8,000 a month, $8,000 a month. And so when they fired her, she's like, you know what? I'm good. And a lot of teachers, they went on to make businesses. A lot of teachers retired to go back into the workforce. Some teachers, even locally. I remember there was something like 300 teachers at one point that they were looking for and trying to hire. A lot of teachers were, again, they've got, husbands or wives at home that are going like, babe, like, you know what? I'm kind of good on my job. You can come home, or, you can, go do a side job. Like you good, because they were just overworked, overstressed, underfunded, undersupported, and just decided to do something else and open up a coffee shop or sell flowers on the weekend. And now we made here's my $70, like that Eddie Murphy would say. So a lot of teachers were looking for different things, but JQ, you brought up a good point. The things that you're looking for, the things that you're trying to vote for, when it comes to your trash man being late, that goes to your city council person.
That's
so
right.
You can go and just say like, yo, y'all need to fire Smitty. Smitty always late with my trash. See, I got Bucky. Bucky, he always early. Bucky come to pick up the trash, and I ain't even put the trash out yet. And then Bucky will sit there and wait, and he's like, T-Mill, you got your trash ready yet? Is your trash ready? Good morning. How you doing, T-Mill? So you need Bucky. You know what I mean? But see, we in different districts. We in different districts. You need to fire Marcus Janitorial Services. Marcus's janitorial services. You need to fire them and hire Bucky's janitorial service, and talk to your city councilman or woman. Talk to your city councilman, your city councilwoman. We call them city councilmen. I know places they call them aldermen.
We also need to make sure these people that we're bringing into the city council, they even want to talk to us or have time to listen to what we're doing, and it's not about their agenda. You understand? So I feel you when you say 2 months in advance is not necessarily enough time to really get to know these people but it's their job. It is my job to win your vote. It is my job to let you know where I stand, what my plans are, to show you who I am so that I can win your vote. And that's what a whole candidacy is about.
Let's talk about this though, JQ, and I want to get to something that before I forget to say it, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but I wanted you to talk as a business owner.
Oh,
what are you looking for as a local business owner? Do y'all get tax breaks? Do y'all get like incentives for opening a local business here in Huntsville? Like, what are you looking for as a local business? What are you voting for as a local business? You've been operating for as long as me and Marcus Sims been alive. You've had a business. Like, what are you looking for as a local business owner?
Support and tax breaks. Literally, support and tax breaks. Because as many different economic development situations that are happening and are coming from the outside of our city into the inside of our city, why can't people who are already here, businesses who have been pouring into this city already, why can't we receive some of those same incentives?
You know, and again, you got the state of Alabama. You get, state of Alabama gives incentives for businesses to come and open their business here, because they're saying, hey, look, you're gonna open in LA, you're gonna open in California, you're gonna open whoever takes care of that. Again, you can take care of, because as an incentive, if you're, again, as a local business, we got all of these different ways that we can offer incentives. Why not give some incentives?
Why not?
City council cannot hire or fire administrative staff. They can only ask questions of the mayor's staff about expectations and accountability. That's cool, but also it's somebody's job for these things. Marcus Sims, what are you what are you voting for? I asked JQ earlier, what is she voting for? Not the person, but so see, he just skipped out. So he's scared ass. You're like, oh, I just want puppy. He got that rally cry. He want his own.
He does. He want to do that rally cry. He better not.
So for me, I'll tell you what I'm voting for. I'm voting for whoever makes more local coffee shops. They got my vote automatically. Also, I'm voting for whoever is going to. We put a whole lot of money into a brand new school complex, which is great because we need school complexes. Not a whole lot of money with the metal detectors. I'm a father of 3. I can tell you all day long, every single one of these schools, there's 90,000 doors on these schools. It is hard to make sure, not hard, not difficult, hard, but not
challenging,
difficult, to make sure that those doors are closed. There are several entrances and exits on these doors. So I get it. It's a little bit hard to, man every exit and whatnot. However, I can tell you the schools that I've been to where they do it really well to make sure that there's a person out that door, or to make sure that there's policy and that there's a flow of coming in and out of the schools. What I'm voting for is the person who's sick and tired of school shootings, and they're just like, yo, we're going to put a metal detector in every single school. Here's a protocol. We put money behind having resource officers in the school. We put money behind the teachers. They can be teaching, and they ain't got to be teaching duck under your desk classes. They ain't got to try to teach like how to respond to school shoot. We got a resource officer, armed resource officer in every single one of these schools. We're not bringing backpacks because unless you got some personal items, hey, put it in a plastic bag that's clear. We do it at the airport. We go through a metal detector. We do it at the city. That's just the place where we at. Looking for somebody that's going to take school safety super seriously. That's what I'm voting for. Also, again, someone who's going to be voting for infrastructure. Somebody's going to be like, yo, hold on. Before we build anything else, can we build a road? Can we build a little bit of, so there's a lot that I'm voting for. I want to go for Marcus Sims and some of the things that you are voting for, not the person that you're voting for, but what are some of the policies or things in your neighborhood that you're voting for that you want to see, Marcus?
I agree with both you said. I think tmill, I'm not a parent, but I think what you said about security in schools. These days we see it. I think we can't go 2 weeks without there being a school shooting, whether it's on a college campus or a high school or something like that. So that's definitely one thing. I'm looking at someone who's looking at the roads that we got going on here, man. There are too many divots in this area, too many potholes, or too many roads look like they haven't been repaved since 1865. So we got to do better than that in this area. Looking at, I'm glad that we got all these entertainment venues, but also I like for our small businesses, our growing businesses to be supported as well. Those are a few things that I'm looking at. Support for the small local businesses, road infrastructure as well, that type of thing right now. And then to see the person who has a game plan as well, not someone who's just going with the same old program. It's you can say that, but there are a lot of things I would like to look at as the city grows. What are we doing to make sure that Huntsville being the biggest city in the state of Alabama, what are we doing where we're not becoming a copycat of Atlanta, or we're becoming a copycat of Nashville, or we don't need that. We need to have our own identity. And what is it? What is our identity? And do these candidates, are they willing to establish our identity for Huntsville? Because I'm glad, as I've said before, we have all the music venues. I don't think we literally need another one in this area. That's kind of ridiculous at this point. We have plenty that we don't even use or invest in renovating some of this stuff. And tmill, last but not least, that doggone donut shop off the Parkway that hasn't been opened in 20 years. When is that? What candidate's gonna invest in that? That thing crispy, whatever, has been there for 92 years and has not opened. When is that open?
Crystal Castle Donuts. Is it
Crystal Castle Donuts.
When is that opening? Now the candidate that gets that joker open, JQ, they may get my vote.
They made me too, because it's been there, and eyesore and all since I've been here.
Look, that's the definition of capping. You want to know what capping is? That's it right there. We ain't seen near one donut hole, coffee, sugar packet come from that place whatsoever.
Yo, but first of all, shout out to whoever is keeping the grass cut, whoever's cleaning the windows, because it's not run down. The putt place across the street from it, disaster. Crystal Donuts, Crystal Castle, spectacular, immaculate looking. They wash the windows, they cut the grass, they clean the parking lot, the trash. I don't even see, you would think that there'd be snakes, rodents, everything running all through that place. That place is clean. The putt place across the street, it looks like those dinosaurs will come alive and eat you.
It does. And all the spiders and snakes that are in there.
So that's crazy. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're asking you, again, these are elections that are coming up August 27th, City of Huntsville municipal elections for mayor, city council, Huntsville City School Boards, District 1 and 5. Do you know these elections are coming up? Do you care? Because I don't want to hear nothing on Facebook come, August, September, October, whatever it is, about whatever's happening in your school districts that you have a problem with. Whatever your concerns about your taxes and your streets and your roads and your neighborhoods and how the city's being run. I want to hear none of that, because if you're not going to vote, whether or not you agree or disagree, you're going to have to vote. You're going to vote one way or the other. Even when you don't vote, you are voting for something. All right. So again, we're asking you for your questions, what your thoughts are on about voting right here on In Tune with T-Mill. And I'm going to vote for you guys to check out the Heaven's Hideaway. Check out Heaven's Hideaway coming to Huntsville. They are doing a grand opening. You can find your inner balance at Heaven's Hideaway, a place of serenity, peace, relaxation, and comfort. Marcus Sims just raised all our blood pressure up. And I know we've been talking, we've been having a good conversation, but sometimes we just need to woosah. And they can help decrease the epidemic, declined health due to inflammation and stress. They have a brand new facility that's going to be opening up next weekend. This is going to be Sunday, January 21st, Heaven's Hideaway Wellness and Spa. That's in about 2 weeks. 3311 Bob Wallace Avenue, Suite 205 in Huntsville. Sunday, January 21st, 3 to 5 p.m., heavens-hideaway.com. Heavens-hideaway.com. You can check out about their services, who they are. Again, to learn about the founders, Valonda Reedus and Arkesha Crutcher Hampton. Again, these are ladies that are talking about they found the way to heaven. They found the way to relaxation. They found the way to wellness, and you can check it out. Heaven's Hideaway. It's heavens-hideaway.com. This is In Tune with T-Mill. We're taking your phone calls and some of your comments here. Shout out to everybody watching on Facebook. JQ, anything coming up that you want people to know about before we get up out of here? Where can they subscribe to your podcast?
Oh, yeah, you can check out the podcast on Spotify. You can also go to my website, jqnow.com, Instagram, all the social medias, but definitely head over to Spotify, Healthy Living and Wine, and check it out, man. It's so super dope. Awesome. We just launched season 3. We have a new series that we have attached to Healthy Living Wine. It's called Wellness Wine and Whatever, where we talk about wellness, wine, and whatever we want to talk about, featuring live guests, sommeliers, people who just want to live healthy. I've got doctors, lawyers, all different kind of people, and we're just literally drinking wine, talking about wellness and whatever comes to our mind.
All right. And how do you pronounce this beautiful lady's name? Come on, Jake. You've been around the world.
Man, it's so small I can't even see it. I need my glasses on. Margarita?
Thank you for tuning in. Marcus Sims, anything you want to let the people know about? Any events coming up? Announcements that you want to holler at the people about?
Yeah, man. Real quickly, don't forget Art and Soul will have our annual MLK open mic next Sunday at the Hermitage in Madison, Alabama. There's more information on the Art and Soul Facebook and Instagram page. That's at 6 p.m. Of course, it's always a dope time honoring the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. as we are coming up on MLK weekend. So that's Art and Soul, Society of Expressions, poetry, open mic, and much, much more. Next Sunday around this time, we'll be kicking off. Our good friend Judy has her Music Biz Mondays event tomorrow, if I'm correct, and that's free at the Liquor Express. For all the musicians that have questions or want to talk music knowledge, Judy is a wealth of knowledge, and definitely someone that you should take advantage of and pick her brain when she offers those services to you. And on what is it, Tuesday, I'm going to have an interview on 90.9 WJB with Victoria Jones, and we're going to talk about the upcoming Moment in Time event that they're having at the Orion Amphitheater. I don't know if it's really a Black History Month event. I know it's expressing culture and arts in our community. So Victoria will explain all that on Tuesday, 2:30 p.m. on WJB. Victoria Jones, Marcus Sims, and T-Mill. Last but not least, when we're talking about the candidates, also we need to talk to that one candidate and find out why that Church's Chicken / Mr. Winners cannot stay open off the Parkway. What is the deal with that business? Why is it cursed? Why is that building cursed? Like, why can it not stay open, T-Mill? You're guaranteed to lose a job in 5 months if you work in that building. So no one goes to that building.
I'm convinced, man. There's like an underground laundering situation going on between Mrs. Winters and like the Church's Chicken and that Cream Castle Donuts. And it's all got something to do with the non-ramp at the Parkway and Sparkman Drive. JQ, January is an amazing event. You also got a couple things going on in January. Like, you got to talk to us about Veganary. You got to talk to us about that. What's happening with Veganary?
Oh man, we celebrate Veganary every January. It's 31 days of plant-based living. We talk about it. We talk about transitions. We bring people onto the show and talk about all different ways that vegan can transcend to your life, different aspects of it, the lifestyle, eating. We have cooking shows. It happens every Wednesday in the month of January, 8 p.m. live right on your Facebook, also on YouTube and in Instagram. And listen, if you're trying to save money this year, you've got to jump into the Money Magnet Mindset group. We just kicked off the year with the envelope challenge, 100 envelope challenge. It is not too late to join. Get your coins together. Let's start saving some money and let's start eating healthy.
All right. And Francis Acreage says, what kind of tax breaks does JQ want?
Oh, I want all the tax breaks. I don't want to have to pay any taxes at all. I mean, we have so many fees. We got to have a license fee. We got this fee. We got to pay, a title fee and all these different fees. And then on top of that, we got to pay taxes to pay the taxes of other people's taxes. I'm sick of it. So at this point, Francis, I want all the tax breaks.
Come on now. Yeah.
She wants all the tax break smoke. She wants all of it.
The tax break smoke. Shoot.
And you know what, JQ? I agree with you. And I will say this again. Tally ho, Negro. Tally ho.
Mute him, Tim. Mute him.
Ladies and gentlemen, the grand opening of Heaven's Hideaway is happening Sunday, January 21st from 3 to 5 p.m. at Heaven's Hideaway Wellness and Spa. You're going to have giveaways. You're going to have the DJ vibes. You get to meet the owners. You get to tour the facility. Also, you may want to get up some prizes and giveaways that you want to win, or if you want to take advantage of the discounts, special discounts that they're going to have right there on location at Heaven's Hideaway Wellness and Spa, brand new business opening in the Tennessee Valley, another great business for health, wellness. You can check them out Sunday, January 21st, 3 to 5 p.m. Holler at them on Facebook and come out to the grand opening. Bring somebody you love. Bring somebody you love.
It's really a great thing that's kind of happening in Huntsville because we have so many transplants, so many things that are coming from the outside in. I am really proud that our city is starting to have more wellness and health and fitness options available and so much diversity when it comes to that. I was thinking, and I went to Nashville, a couple of weeks ago, and lately I've been getting into understanding wellness as just community. I think that Huntsville needs a Black wellness co-op, some place where all the Black professionals or people who are in the health and wellness and the fitness, anything to do with the well-being of humans, all come together, and we'll be able to infiltrate our communities better. But I'm putting it out there right now. I need some bold people who are ready to start a Black wellness initiative right here in our city.
Hey,
JQ, we used to have one some years ago. It was called Clem's. and you would go and you would never see so many Black folks united under one common cause of natural ice and hot wings.
Adios mio.
I mean, we were united on that front, and we just need to bring back Clem's. We need to reboot Clem's. T-Mill, how do you feel about that? Let's reboot Clem's in the old Church's Chicken Mrs. Winters building.
No.
And then open up the second location at Cream Castle.
At Cream
Castle Donuts.
Free donuts.
Clem's Cream Castle Donuts. No, Clem's Cream Castle Catfish.
Clem's Cream Castle Wellness, donuts and catfish.
Straight out the Butler Terrace Creek water. Ladies and gentlemen, this is In Tune with T-Mill. We appreciate you hanging out with us this afternoon, this evening. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at In Tune with T-Mill. I'm your host, T-Mill. Big shout out to the Maitland Conservatory. Big shout out to Sunshine Enterprises and everyone for your support of this podcast. Please make sure you follow, like, and subscribe. Click the subscribe button so we can run those numbers up. We want to get the subscribers on YouTube. And again, you're going to get some exclusives because, again, we can't play music on this side. But when you get us on the subscription, get a little extra incentive. Yeah, like them tax breaks. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is another episode. We'll see you guys on the next one. Holler at us and have a good night. Peace.
Tally ho, Negro. Tally ho.